Welcome to Troggy Trog's Let's Play Dungeons and Dragons Online. This quest will be the next to last quest in the Tangleroot series. The last move, the way to Yarkuch. Oh, I hope we can just go right to it. But I know it's probably not going to. You probably start right at the beginning and go through it all over again, because that's just the nature of this quest. It's a torture. Yeah, see, I was right. They torture us. They don't want us to play this game. They want to put us through pain and torture. So, ooh, Summon Monster 4, why don't you? This guy, Fergus, man. Alright, man, you got regular restoration, so we got a negative level. Yeah, man. Awesome sauce. Dude, you are alright. I don't care what they say about you, man. You are alright. Put you on attack mode and see what happens here. If that spider started singing Purple Rain, I would have freaked out. Because it's the Spider Prince, you know? Oh, yeah. Alright, die, you grey ooze. You got a purple bag, though. Where's that? Is that yo? That's you. Alright. I heard spider, I just assumed enemy. So is that spider enhanced by my... I don't think it is, but let's just check. No. I thought maybe, you know, augment summon would extend to... Since I brought the hireling in and he's augmented, maybe the summons he would summon would be augmented. Ooh, potions of heroism, we'll say. Well, we are almost done with this chain. Shoo! What a glorious day that would be when we're done this. I don't hate this one. It just gets kind of old, you know. It's like the same quests. Basically, you just do the same quest 5 times in a row, or so 7 times in a row. I think you do like this part like 7 times, and do the other side like 3 times. Right? Or maybe 4 times. It's like 6 and 4 or 7 and 3, something like that. It's only a scratch. These guys are like... they're like laughable. Oh, see that? I got spell resistance. That spell resistance works. See that little blue like orb that kind of glowed on my character there for a second? That was a spell being resisted by my spell resistance cloak. Excellent. Excellent. Wow. Ooh, I'll take that. Gimme. Gimme. Really? I didn't. I fired like 3 arrows at that thing or whatever it was, and nothing. A little laggy. A little laggy. Yeah, there's definitely a latency issue I've seen even after this maintenance. It's not probably as noticeable right now, but I haven't played that much since they did the maintenance, so we'll see. Give it a day or two and see how better or worse it is, or if it's status quo the same. Get entangled in my entanglements there. You can't save forever. Fergus, can you open this as a halfling with your augment? Oh man, that is a strong little halfling. You know, halflings start like a lower strength than most characters, so that's pretty good. I'm very impressed with you already, Fergus. You got the spider, and you can restore my negative levels if that happens, which is really good. You're doing a really good job. Yes. Yes. I look like feather falling into somebody with that freaking arrow. Oh, what was that? Ooh, that's not bad at all. +3 charisma. Oh, they're immune to entanglement. I just thought I saw that spell resistance thing again, but that was weird because it shouldn't, unless they cast poison or something. Or one of those was a. Some spiders in this game are actually, you know, spellcasters too. So it's, you know, they're like intelligent, more so than just like a bug, like a giant bug. Spot danger, Will Robinson. I think after this chain is done, we're going to pick up on Necropolis Part 1. I've also been thinking about making playlists for, you know, like Tangleroot, for example. It's like separated, you know, but that's my door already. Yeah, I did. Okay. But I was thinking about doing a playlist for Tangleroot Gorge, so you know, and different chains. That way, they were, you know, like there would be groups like
Through the
subsets of playlists.
You glimpse the ogre Moorge, one of Yarkuch's war masters. War Master Moorge collapses in a bloody heap.
It's a nice little garden in here now. I like that. It's like pretty little grassy garden. So that guy, does he have a chest that comes with him? I mean, like, he sound like a special character. Let's see a chest in this room. Oh, hum, no chest. Okay, whatever. Alright, so we'll pick the lock and then we'll search this time. Hey, while we're at it, since we only have 59 spell points, why don't we use this? I don't think we've used it yet. Pretty cool, huh? I had an idea for spell points in pencil and paper, old school style game. So you're playing like, you know, like red box D&D or first edition D&D, and I was thinking like, instead of like you know, having so many spells you can cast a day, because I always thought magic users were kind of like, you know, you cast like magic missile or sleep at level 1 and you're out, you know, it's kind of lame. But, you know, having a spell like ability is kind of like a little too powerful. I think 5th edition kind of brought in like almost sort of like a spell like ability thing with the cantrips. Some of the cantrips actually did damage. I remember there was one spell like ability I had, cantrip or whatever, I was trying out 5th edition, that just seemed overpowered. It was like, yeah, I can cast this uber powerful, I don't know, it was like a kind of like a firebolt or something, like a little fireball kind of thing, and it did like 1d10 or 1d8 damage. And I remember the archer that was in our party could only fire like, you know, 12 arrows or 20 arrows in this quiver, and he was out. And it was basically equal damage, but I would never run out because it was a cantrip, and I didn't have to use any components or anything to cast it. So either as a DM, you know, you restrict it by saying, well, you have to use certain components, make them kind of rare or whatever, and they can only cast so many of these things, or you limit like how often you can cast. But I was thinking, if you just take your intelligence score, which is basically the primary stat for, you know, wizards, right, or your wisdom score, say if you're a cleric or whatever, a divine type class, and you can make up different scores for this, so you can make your own stats, like a divine stat, and maybe like faith or something, and an arcane stat for magic or something. But like Magicka in Skyrim or something. But make it where it's kind of like spell points, but instead of it being like a different amount of points per spell level, just make it straight up like you have an 18 intelligence, you can cast 18 spells every day, and then you're out. You know, like it gives you a little bit more power, but not a lot. You know, it's like it's still limited, because as you level up, you're gonna have a lot more spells to choose from, but you're still gonna be limited by that. And you might say like it's 18 plus like maybe 1 per every level or whatever. Each level grants an extra spell you can cast per level. But that gives you like a little bit more, I don't know, it makes your wizard like a wizard, you know, instead of like a 1-shot, 2-shot wonder and then they're done, you know. And then they're like hiding behind the enemy lines using a freaking staff, and are throwing daggers and darts and nonsense like that. I always thought it was kind of dumb playing a wizard in old school, because it was like how they started off. I mean, like, you know, they got better if you could survive that long, but it was really hard because you got to hide behind everything, and you know, you got to be like this little coward running around like a glass cannon, and it just seemed kind of wimpy to me. It was like oh, I don't know if I want to play that. So, but if you made them where they had like the ability to cast spells, but they can only cast so many total in a day, the same with like clerics, maybe more people would play casters then, you know, instead of like fighters. Everyone basically played a fighter. Like, you know, they always playing fighters, because fighters could, you know, they could survive. They could use every weapon and every armor in a game, and at low levels that was pretty awesome. And so a lot of people would multi-class. They'd start off maybe as a fighter, and then they'd switch over to like a wizard later on, or something like that. And you know, like in first edition AD&D or something, there's a lot of fighter wizards or fighter rogues or what have you. But I don't know. Of course, I'd like to have like a classless system, like an old school feel, but like something maybe like classless, like kind of like the system that Top Secret uses for like skills, but like turn into like a medieval fantasy version. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. I got all these ideas, and like, I'll come up with something. I've written, you know, a couple of rough draft things for like some homebrew, my, you know, pencil and paper games before. Like, you know, I've done some PDFs, and some people that subscribe to my channel might know about that. But you know, I thought, well, maybe, you know, somewhere down the line I'll create like a different kind of. I want to have that feel of like the old school type game, but maybe with a little bit of a twist. Maybe like body hit locations and skills, like actual skills, rather than just, you know, abilities. You know, like your abilities would be a factor in your skills, but you know, not like GURPS where you're straight up just all skills. I'm not really into that. But like Top Secret was pretty cool. I like that game because you had stats, and they affected your skills to a certain degree, and you could increase those skills. And like, you didn't have levels in that game. It's just like when you finished a quest, you basically just finished the quest, and you know, the dungeon master, the game master, would award you with you know, points. You know, you'd say, okay, you get, you know, 2 points to spend or 3 points to spend or whatever for doing this quest or this adventure and this mission or whatever, and then you would spend those points on your skills, you know, and level up your skills basically, or develop a new skill, you know, things like that. So, oops, went the wrong way. I get lost. I think there was a little hitch there, a little lag, because I turned and I felt like I got rubber banded for a second. That just kind of threw me off. Anyway, that's just like, you know, again, the game theory. I'm just rambling as I'm running through these quests. But we've done this quest so many times. It's not like, yeah, this part of the quest is like, I don't know if I want to talk about this quest anymore. Yeah, I mean, since I think probably like the second time I run through this, I've been like, maybe in the first time, I'm like, screw it, I don't want to talk about this anymore. We've run this thing so many times. It's just kind of, I mean, it's a classic quest in this game. Tangleroot was one of the earlier, I think, modules they added to the game, but it's just not. It just needed like more creativity with it. I like most of the older content. I think it's better written and more original, you know. But it's just, like, guys, like, do we have to go through this every time to do this 10-part quest chain? Like, it's kind of like getting old, you know. But all right, you know, I get some free loot out of it. I guess you could say that's a good thing. So all we gotta do in this one is get to the entrance. But, you know, we're getting XP for this and we're getting loot, so whatever. So this is the last move, the way to Yarkuch. And we'll get this quest done.
Your party has reached the inner stronghold. You hear hobgoblin voices beyond the stronghold door. The guards must be ready for you.
And the next quest we'll start up in just a little bit will be the last move, Yarkuch's last stand. And hopefully this is the last quest, because, oh, Tangleroot Gorge. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.